We'll be on Facebook in 1 second.
Okay.
Baby, what are you on Facebook as?
It's Cease Inc.
Okay.
And then there's a back page that has Cease Robinson Duncan.
There it is. Okay.
But yeah, we have Cease Inc. You'll see the new logo.
I found it.
Okay, cool.
So I just tagged you at Cease and Cease Robinson. So,
I just saw that come up. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna share this in a couple of different pages and groups so you can join us.
Cool.
Now, you know, I'm super excited about talking to you.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited about talking to you too, and this opportunity we have to put Cease on the map some more.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I had your husband on before I launched this, and people are still talking to me like they love your husband. Like,
wow.
It's one of the most watched videos that people go back to watch that I posted.
Wonderful. That's great. He's got a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. Yeah, really certainly has a pastor's heart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, come on to the room.
Mm-hmm.
This one, you don't want to miss the wisdom from this amazing two-man king. I'm just tearing up all labels and titles. So you can be a two-man, you can be a king, you can be whatever you want to be. Ain't no gender specifics. You a boss.
I tell you. I tell you. Pray for me. Pray for me.
No labels.
It's been a wonderful journey. It is a wonderful journey.
Yeah. It's been a wonderful journey to watch from afar.
Yeah, I tell you, living in it, I still almost pinch myself, all the time because of God's amazing grace and the amazing doors that He's opened and just what He's doing. It's such a privilege to be able to serve. It's an honor and a privilege. It's not a task, and I think as long as we look at it as a privilege and honor to be able to serve and not be intimidated or not, feel like that we're not getting the recognition that we need, because it's all for the kingdom. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So it's a great opportunity.
So you got it. So y'all, we gonna jump in. I know a lot of people, y'all might be driving home or y'all gonna come back and watch this later. So I want to be respectful of time. I have the honor, the privilege, the humbling opportunity to introduce you guys to a giant in the kingdom, a woman that I have watched model what I'm talking about in my book, It Takes Two, Who Was Helping You Lead. For y'all who don't know, my book is available today on Amazon, and you can go get it. The ebook is available, and today only is 99 cents, so you can download it right now to get it. But for 20 years, I've been serving in support leadership roles, and even my business is a consultant company that comes alongside of leaders to help them bring their vision to reality. And so I wrote this book out of experience, out of me seeing that a lot of people wrestle with purpose and identity. And I think the spirit of this age too, with social media, is like, okay, well, they have a business, or they're writing a book, or they starting a church, and so maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. And they forget that even if you become the leader, you still gonna need help. Somebody gotta play the support role. Somebody has to play the 2-man or 3-man or the 3-woman or whatever that is. You can't do it by yourself. And so that's the essence of my book. But I'm just gonna let this woman of God talk, because probably everything I talk about in this book, she has lived it. She understands it. So y'all, I want to introduce y'all to Miss Beverly Robinson of the Potter's House. She has been the 2-man to Bishop T.D. Jakes for how long?
We vacillate with that number, but it's about 28 years right now.
28 years. Y'all saw the video I did with her husband, Lawrence Robinson, who's been friends with Bishop Jakes for years. And so, Beverly, thank you.
Thank you for having me. And congratulations again on the book.
Thank you.
I mean, no better person to be able to write and identify with what we do, than you. So congratulations, and I pray much success with it, indeed.
All right. So I'm getting out of the way. Tell us about you. Who are you and what do you have going on?
Oh, my. Well, there's a myriad of things that that goes on with me. Right now, the most exciting thing that I'm doing, not to say that my job is not exciting and eye-opening every day, and I do thank God for the opportunity to be able to serve the man and woman of God at the Potter's House in the person of Bishop and First Lady Jakes, and the team that I work with, because as you're talking about two, I also know that two can be replicated into a team of people that help to make sure that the arms of the woman and man of God are held up, and that all the business affairs, the things that we need to do to make, a church run smoothly, to make the businesses run smoothly, it takes a team. It takes a village. At the end of the day, there's a myriad of us that are doing different things to be able to accomplish all the things that we're trying to do daily in order to make things work. And so God has opened up that door, and he's allowed us to be able to come here and to start working with the ministry and be able to do the things that he has called us to do in order to be able to grow. And as we grow, then our teams have to grow. And so I'm finding that even in my role, it takes a second person to help me do the things that I do in order to free my hands up so that I can more directly concentrate on the areas and things that I need to do in order to maximize and focus on the purpose for what God has called me.
Yeah. So how did you know, or when did you know that you would spend your lifetime supporting this man and woman of God? And you saw this before Dallas. You knew Bishop in West Virginia. How did you know that your life would be connected to theirs and that you would spend all this time serving them?
Well, what I do in my role, I know I've been able to do that effectively because of the direction and leading of my leader. But I came into this role, I believe, anointed and appointed for such a time as this. I believe that all my past experiences and my other jobs readied me for this position. I started out, sometimes as a child, you have aspirations and things. And I've always, been intrigued with filling out forms in magazines and pretending like I was a secretary and playing the piano on stairs. It's always been embedded in me. And I believe that God, from my birth, ordained me and anointed me to be able to do what I do. And when I was in the business world, I started out in a mental health facility, a clinic, as an admin. And then I went from there to West Virginia State College as an admin. And I was an executive admin there for the dean of academic affairs. And as I began to continue to learn, and all along serving in ministry, serving in the music department and serving to help my leader, with things that, would come up in the ministry. You know how we do. We wear a lot of hats at one time when ministries are small. And as I began to continue to grow and God began to really unveiled to me my call and the purpose of me being joined to that ministry. Then without any reservations or any, thought, then I went to Bishop and said, hey, I'm here to serve. I believe this is what we need to do. And, if you're ready, I'm ready to be hired, full time. Of course, I had talked it over with my husband, and I thank God that he is in alignment with the ministry and with what God was doing in our lives at that time. And so we joined in, we jumped right in and just began to work and continue to work and grow and try to be able to expand with the vision that God has given Bishop. I'm always looking to learn. I'm always reading and trying to find material and things that will help me grow in order to better support the vision that he's given him. And as I begin to do that over the years, I met a myriad of people, including you, Ramone, that began to speak into my life and help Marjorie and I, who've been friends for years. She works for Bishop Noel Jones in California. And we began to talk about how we wanted to be able to expand and replicate what we're doing for the leaders that we serve. And as we started to do that, there were people that would come to us and say, how do you do what you do? What do you do? How can I do this for my leader? How can I be better suited? How can I be, more in sync with them? And as we begin to get those questions, then we came together and we started talking about how we might be able to create an atmosphere, create an experience for leaders, for those that serve leaders, in order to learn more about what we do. And so we started CEAS, which stands for Christian Executive and Administrative Support Staff Empowerment. And I know it's a long acronym and a long word, but we believe that what we do is the marriage of the business world with the church world. And that's what we need to be able to come hand in hand and to be able to grow in order to support the visions that our leaders have. Many of them are writing books. Many of them are doing plays. Many of them are doing movies, talk shows. There's all kinds of a myriad of things that they're doing. And in order for them to grow the kingdom, because it's all about kingdom work, and in order for them to expand the kingdom and to go out and compel men to come and be able to reach people in the marketplace and also in the church world, then we have to also grow with them. And in order to be able to share that information with the people that we've come in contact with, then we started CEAS. We thought it was going to be just maybe a conference to come together. We didn't really take it to be an organization or, anything from that, other than a place where people can come for information, whether you're an executive assistant, an administrative assistant, a church administrator, a finance officer. We are the support team. And that's what our focus is on, growing the support team. And at the level that your support team grows, they can better accurately be able to undergird that vision. If we don't grow, then we cannot support the vision of that leader. So we started these conferences and retreats where we can come together and be able to share information. Marjorie and I sharing from our years of experience and the things that we've learned over the years, and bringing in other leaders and other individuals that can join us to be able to help teach and be able to lead people into greater realms of focus and responsibility on the gift that they've been given to better adequately serve that ministry and that leader. And so this year we are going back to Daytona Beach in August for our second retreat. Along with the retreat, though, we want to also make sure that people understand that we're going to be teaching some classes. We want to be able to help them get organized better, how to save time management, how to be better resources of their own finances, as well as the finances of the ministry. Our board of directors, financial advisor, John Martinborough, is going to be sharing a wealth of information with them. And on top of all of that, we want to also make sure, John, we want to make sure that people understand, along with that, you have to be healthy. You have to think about your own vessel and how you can be a good steward over your vessel in order to be able to serve that ministry. A lot of times with the social media and the things that are becoming so much more prominent and available to us, we're just spinning like tops. We can get on all kinds of networks and all kinds of resources at our fingertips. And sometimes it's hard for us just to shut down. Yep. And we have to get back to business. We have to get back to the business of taking care of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. You can't take care of your natural man without making sure that your spiritual man is nourished. But you can't be overdosed in spirit man and then your natural man is not nourished. So we try to bring that balance. We try to help people understand the importance of having balance, the importance of being healthy, about taking time out to go to lunch. You know what we do, we just run, and we're spinning and we don't slow down. But we want to bring everybody back to the table and remind you about how important it is, because we're in this for the long haul. We didn't just jump into this just to be here to, go here or go there. We're in it for the long haul. And most people that really come to that understanding and really value the gift that they've been given and the gift that they are to that ministry or to that organization, then they understand for longevity, then you have to back down and start taking care of yourself, taking care of home, taking care of your children. A lot of us now are taking care of our parents. They've gotten a lot older and we're there for them. Thank God we're able to be there to give back to them what they've given us. So through CEASE, we are going to be able to share with executive and administrative assistants. And if people want information on it, they can go to the website. We are in the process.
Tell us the website again.
The website is www.ceaseadmin.com. www.ceaseadmin.com. And on there, they will see pictures of past events that we've had. We've had luncheons. We've had on our Facebook page too. Go to Facebook, CEASE Inc., and you'll see pictures of the retreat where we had just a fun time. We exercised, we danced, we just went out on the beach. We just were able to really reach across the table and just love on one another and be able to encourage each other. One of the things that we find is that in what we do, people don't understand really the dynamics of working in a ministry until you've been in that position. Mm-hmm. But yet it's still, we are still conducting business. So that's why I said a little earlier, we are marrying the two worlds. We're marrying the business world with the church world, because when we go into the banks and when we go into different loan companies, we want to be taken seriously. We want them to see that we have our paperwork in order. We want to be able to know how to type, proper letters and know how to write proper condolences and know how to write proper proposals in order to help our ministries get the finances that they need. And in order to represent, the body of Christ just wants to be represented and respected for what we do.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. One of the things I talk about in my book is that there's a chapter I call The Challenges of the Two. Mm-hmm. What about me? And mm-hmm. So a lot of people, and you see this because you've seen so many different trends, but especially with this younger generation of mm-hmm. getting in ministry, everybody kind of want their own. They don't want to support. They don't want to serve. Their mm-hmm. ambition is, okay, I want to be bishop. I'm a bishop on social media and yeah. I have no members, but I just want to do it so you think I'm important. How for you, seeing you serve Bishop Jakes for this long, and then you're able to now turn a corner and now you're coaching and you're mentoring and you started your own organization, and I see you're speaking at Pastors and Leaders Conference, and you're speaking at the bishop conferences, and you're doing so many other things. What would you say to people who say, well, I can't help this person because I got my own dreams, I got my own desires, and I don't want to spend all my time helping somebody else when I got my other stuff? What would you say to those people?
I think the blessing falls from the head down, and I don't want to be from under the blessing. I want what I do to be blessed. And I believe that the years that I've served and the years that I continue to serve in under Bishop's ministry is also a learning opportunity for me to grow and be able to give back. I look at what I do now, not as like something that I feel I would ever totally, be released from and to do full time. But I do feel the responsibility to help people understand and be able to learn by serving and by working in under men and women that can help them to continue to sharpen their skills and to be able to give back. I kind of look at it as the reciprocity. You give and you receive. And so the more that I give, the more that I receive and can grow of myself and also be able to grow in order to teach others. I really don't feel like that. Now, this is me. I know some people get to that point where they feel like they have graduated and they feel like that it's time for them to go out on their own. But all I say in that is you have to be very sure of yourself. You have to know that your time has expired, so to speak, with that ministry, and you have to leave with the blessings of the house. Exactly. Don't leave from under the blessing, feeling like, you've gotten too big for your britches, as the old folks say, and you go out there and you shipwreck. There may be a time when you are released from that ministry, but that's something that you have to know. But until that time, understand that the greater blessing is in serving and learning and growing and being able to give back to others what you are receiving as well.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit. I know you got class tonight. You're so busy. You got a million things going on.
Wait till I tell you what class it is.
Okay. So again, Cease, who is it for? Who should go to ceaseadmin.com right now and figure out, okay, this is what I want to be a part of?
Okay, ceaseadmin.com. If you are serving directly under a CEO, your pastor, department manager, whatever title that leader has over you, if you are a pastoral assistant, if you're an executive assistant, administrative assistant, a church administrator, a finance officer, anybody working in a support staff capacity qualifies to be in Cease. We have roundtables where we talk about different things that we all encounter in our various roles. It may be the opportunity for you to connect with someone in your particular city. You may be looking for someone to mentor you, to help you grow and understand the dynamics of business being mixed with ministry. It may be an opportunity for you to be able to give back to somebody else. We exercise our gifts. We come there. We don't just go to Cease retreats and conferences to give. Marjorie and I also receive. John's been there. He received. Because we can learn from each other and strengthen one another and encourage one another to know that what we do really matters, that people are being blessed by that, and that our labor and the sacrifices that come with what we do are not in vain. So anybody that's in a support staff capacity and wants to understand how they can better be in sync with that leader, how they can better learn techniques and skills that will help them to save money and time and resources, they want to be there to engage in that conversation, not just from our speakers, but from other people that are like-minded just like they are.
Now, what's the dates?
The dates are August the 15th through the 18th. We're going to be at the beautiful Hilton, Daytona Beach, Florida, and we will be there on Wednesday night, opening up with a fellowship, because we don't believe in just learning and not being able to enjoy each other and have fun together. We want to be we want to minister to the whole person. And then on Thursday, the 16th, we're going to start classes. We're going to have organizational management, time management, communication. We're going to talk about clarity. There's a new word that's out, or new meaning. It's been around, but we're talking about clarity and how important it is in everything that you do to get clarity and understanding. In the Bible, we say, above all, get an understanding. Right. So we're going to talk about clarity. We're going to talk about how we can better facilitate meetings, how we can better, return on investments and things of that nature through our finances, how to be better stewards over God's house and the resources that we have, whether it is finding the right quotes for different printing projects, or learning how to establish relationships with hotels and with other ministries that we might be able to grow together and be able to support the platforms that we have for different things that we might be presenting to different people. So we're going to talk about that. And then, of course, I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about being healthy in our minds, healthy in our conversations, healthy in our workplaces. Sometimes we run into conflict and we don't know how to deal with that. And we're in the church world. We know we can pray about it, but we can't just pray about it alone. We have to talk about it. We have to reason together, come together and learn how to do that in a healthy and respectful manner. And then we want to be able to take care of our bodies. We're going to exercise, and that's where I'm headed after this. I'm in a Pilates class.
Okay.
So I'm going to take care of me. That's the time that I get to take care of Bev, to put some just some energy back into me and the things that I do while getting healthy, while losing a few pounds, while learning how to eat a little bit better and a little bit healthier and not have so much, junk food in my, in my eyesight. So I'm doing those kinds of things and being able to share that. And even last year, we learned from one young lady that came, there's an app on your phone called My Fitness Pal. And we downloaded that app and we started sharing with each other. We started tracking and setting our goals to lose weight, to be healthier, to track those steps that we all running around while we're doing things. Let's let it be productive and let it benefit us. We're learning how to cook some recipes with a little less oil, a little less salt, just things that are going to help us. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's about our longevity. And if we're good stewards over the temple that God has given us, then he can continue to bless us and strengthen us to be able to support the vision. And that's what it's all about. So we're excited about it. And I can't wait to get back. I haven't tracked here in a couple of days, but I am trying to make sure that I get back in sync with that. Because, it's a pattern and you can always be tricked into feeling like you don't have time. Even as far as being healthy in our spirits and in our minds, taking time when we can get up, whether it's before the kids get up, our husbands get up, or, our wives get up, or whatever we're doing early in the morning before we go to work, take time out, have some quiet time, read some scripture, read a devotional, just have a moment with me. I love between 6 and 6:30 to be up with a cup of coffee. And before I get on my emails, I get in here and I'll try to pull out a devotional and try to read something that's going to stimulate me spiritually and it's going to help me to prepare my day and help me to be more balanced. Because I don't know about you, but I think sometimes I'm a little high strung and I could just get to going and forget just to slow down a little bit. Take care of yourself, pace yourself so that you'll be able to get the things done that you need to get done that day. And when you talk about it takes two, remember, no man is an island and no man stands alone. And remember that there is help for you. There is help for the help if we just recognize it. We just need to take time to invest in somebody that took time and had patience with us, invest in them and try to teach them how they can come alongside. There are times you can see people around you. It can be a volunteer. All the time, it doesn't have to be a paid staff immediately until you get to that point. But you can see in someone how they can be a blessing to you. If they want to help you and strengthen you and take a few things off of your plate to help you get your work done and help you focus, then recognize that and don't look at it as a threat or somebody trying to come in and take your job or be territorial, but look at it as an opportunity that God is opening up so that he can develop a person in your life that can help you lead, because we all need help. That's for sure.
Well, listen, I told y'all, I wasn't going to have to say much because she is the essence of my book. So everything that's coming out of her mouth, she could write every chapter in my book. So listen.
I hope I've been able to say something that could help somebody. I like I said, I feel that at this level and age and the years of service that I've given, I feel it's my responsibility to empower other people. And I don't mind to do that. I give it freely, because I believe that when you invest in people, that's one of the greatest things that you can do is investing in somebody, because they're going to invest in somebody else. And the spirit and the cycle of reciprocity is going to continue. I think that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it is. And so in my book, I talk about the motivations of a two. And listen, she is the ultimate two-man. She has done it. She is doing it for Bishop Jake. She is doing it through CEASE, because I feel like CEASE is a two-man organization.
It is.
Helping other support staffs be successucul. And that's what it's all about, helping somebody else.
Yeah, and I have to give credit to Marjorie for even bringing this to me. We talked about this for years before we ever even stepped out. It takes a lot to launch out, and faith and courage to be able to do what we do, because we're not on payroll. We get our finances through donations and through registration. So we are a 501c3, nonprofit organization. Thank you, John Martinborough, who is our financial advisor. And he has from day one committed to help us. And with that team, along with you and others, Ramone, who've been there to help us and to be able to bring information into that group, That's what it's all about, because we have to lock arms in order to get the work done that God has called us to do. And we can't be stingy about the information that we have. And thank God that the day that Marjorie and I sat down and we decided that this was something that we were going to pursue, then we prayed over it and asked God to bless it, and he has. We're just a little over 7 years old, and God is continuing to bless us. It's not about the large numbers, and we're not even concerned about the quantity as well as we are the quality of what we're able to give. That's what our focal point is. We want you to leave an intervention with us, or an occasion where you've been able to sit in under teaching and leadership and at a conference with us, feeling refreshed, renewed, restored. We want you to feel like that you have been able to learn things that are going to be applicable in your particular situations. We all come from various backgrounds, but in order to learn and apply what's going to work for you, then that's what we want to be able to produce, is the things that are going to help you do your job better. So thank you, Ramone, for writing this book, because it's going to also open up doors and avenues for people to be able to understand better who they are and who they're helping and why God has called them to lead. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I'm gonna let you get to your Pilates and
thank you, sir. I don't want to be late. I'm gonna try. I'm working hard. I'm trying to be conscientious.
Tell Pastor Robinson I love him, and
I will.
Whatever you need. I'm gonna try to sneak down to Daytona so I can try to give me a day or two.
Please do. August the 15th through the 18th.
Yes. Yeah. So everybody, man, seatsadmin.com. The Cease Retreat is coming up August 15th through 17th, Daytona. You want to get there. You want to get your staff there, pastors and leaders. You want to get your support staff, your administrative support staff. You want to send them there. A lot of times you demanded stuff from them, and you want them to keep getting better and help you as you're growing, but you have to invest in them. So I recommend every pastor who is watching this video, go to ceaseadmin.com right now, register your admin support team, and send them to Daytona to spend time with Beverly and Marjorie Duncan. They have been doing this for years, supporting two of the greatest giants in the kingdom for years. And so if your support can gain anything, even if it's just 10 minutes or a workshop with them, you want them to get that experience, because it's going to help your ministry go to the next level. Bev, love you.
Love you too.
Appreciate it. Y'all go get the book. It Takes Two. Who's helping you lead. Love you.
Okay, God bless. Take care. Thanks again.
Okay.
Bye-bye.